After a car accident, imagine the flashing lights, the crumpled cars, and the officer walks up to you and says, "So what happened here?" Do you know how to answer this question? Today I'm going to reveal the 2 worst things to say after an accident and how saying just one wrong word can leave you broke. To expose the first terrible thing that a huge amount of people foolishly say after a crash, let's use Pierre's true story. Pierre was driving down the street, his mind buzzing with excitement. He grew up in a poor family and never had the kind of Christmas he wanted as a kid. This year was different. He was determined to give his kids the Christmas he never had. He'd been saving up, cutting corners where he could, all to make this Christmas special for his kids. In the backseat, wrapped in bright, cheerful paper, were the gifts he never got as a child. As he made that left-hand turn, his mind wasn't just on the road. It was on the smiles he looked forward to seeing on his children's faces, the laughter that would fill up their small living room. Pierre made a left-hand turn, but what he didn't know was that another driver was heading the opposite way and going fast. They crashed, and the impact crushed Pierre's car like a tin can. To make matters worse, he felt a throbbing pain in his hand. At this moment, Pierre was just not worried about his hand. He was thinking about the Christmas gifts, the money spent, and the memories he wanted to create for his kids. The fear of losing all of that was overwhelming. Now, you probably know that the car that is going straight has the right of way. And since Pierre made a left-hand turn in front of that driver, he violated the other driver's right of way. After the crash, with his mind swirling about the ruined Christmas plans and the pain in his hand, Pierre faced a critical moment. He had to quickly decide what to tell the police officer. Now, imagine yourself in Pierre's place. Your car's wrecked, you're in pain, and an officer's asking what happened. What would you say? This is where many people slip up. Let's dive into the crucial things you should never say, starting with the mistake Pierre avoided. The first of the 2 worst things to say after an accident is, "I was at fault." There are 2 reasons why saying this can be a crushing blow to both your bank account and your case. First, the officer is more likely to give you a ticket if you admit fault. And if you're at fault, just one claim on your record can send your car insurance rates skyrocketing. But as you'll see in just a moment, you or your lawyer may later discover evidence that changes everything. And it may be much easier than you think to get this evidence. So you may not even be liable for causing the crash. More on this in a bit. Did you know that after the accident, the police officer's body camera is recording what you say? If you admit fault, the police officer's body cam will record it. And when you try to make a claim against the other driver's insurance company, guess what the claims rep will likely say? They're going to mention that you told the police officer that you're at fault, and the claims rep won't ever forget it. Even if the officer's body cam video isn't later used in court, the video will be stamped in the claim rep's mind, and that's horrible for your case against the other driver. In Pierre's case, 2 independent witnesses told the police officer that the other driver was driving with their lights off at the time of the crash. But the officer never got those witnesses' phone numbers or addresses. Did you know that there are 9 words often said after an accident that are often worse than admitting fault? Saying these words can get you an expensive ticket, and they may also allow other drivers to make a punitive damages claim against you. Think of punitive damages like a huge penalty in a football game. It's extra money the court can make you pay if you were really careless. This is on top of other costs like hospital bills, lost work time, and money for pain and suffering. And let me tell you, these penalties can be harsher than a pro linebacker. So the 9 words that you should never voluntarily say are, "I was using my cell phone when we crashed." If the other driver was on their phone during the crash, it's a game changer in court. Why? Because it screams careless to the folks deciding your case, making it way easier for them to punish the other driver. People have won big money in court against drivers who were on their cell phones and hurt someone badly. Usually, the more you're hurt, the larger the settlement or court win can be. But knowing what not to say after a crash is just part of winning your case. You still need to watch out for the insurance company's #1 sneaky trick that will cost you huge money. To find out what this trap is and how to easily avoid it, watch the video that's on screen now or click on the link in the description below. And if you've been injured in an accident in Florida and you think that someone else may be at fault, click the link in the description below to see if I could be the lawyer for